Hi, I'm Trixie. On this episode, we're going to do something I have always wanted to do. I am going to give crucial, life-changing advice. But first, do you want to hear a story that's been bugging the crap out of me? This is a true story. This happened to me a couple weeks ago, and I cannot make heads or tails of it. So, I was on a long road trip because I had to film something special for a video of mine that's coming up in a little while. I was maybe like 7-hour road trip, 7 hours either way. And on the way back, I was starting to get real cramped in the legs, right? I had to get out and stretch my gams. So I was like, I wonder if I can find like a mall or a store or something that I can, stretch my legs, maybe get an Annie Ann's pretzel. So I take an exit into this little town somewhere like halfway across Ohio. I think it was called Heath, Ohio. So I search around a little bit, and eventually I do get my pretzel and stretch out my legs, get a little walk in. Then I get back in the car, because I still have like 3 hours until I get home. So I'm heading out of this little town, right? And I stop at a stoplight. And wouldn't you know it, while I'm stopped there, this group of people has to cross at the light, right? But not just any group of people. It was all these women in black t-shirts and thongs. And I don't mean like foot thongs, I mean like butt thongs. What do you do when you're at a stoplight and there's like a booty parade going on out of nowhere? I didn't know what the hell was going on, and I still don't. I tried Googling this, was this some weird booty contest going on that day in this little backwoods? I don't friggin' know. Anyway, time to get to the questions. Okay, so advice. When I started making Ask Trixie, I envisioned this as kind of a Dear Abby thing, where people would use Trixie's knowledge of the world to better their existence. Instead, most of the questions I get are about me. I don't know why I'm so interesting. There's nothing strange or unusual about me. Do I look odd or something? I don't know. I can't see it. Whatever you see, I don't see. But anyway, I wanted advice questions, so I took to the Facebooks and I got a few good ones. So I'm going to go through those today. Hopefully, after watching this video, you are a changed person. Your eyes are more open to the universe. You can see the world through a different pair of peepers. So let's just get right into it. Advice question number 1. How do you know if it's love or lust? See, in my personal experience, I feel that's a simple answer. You look at someone you like. Where do you get a tingle? Is it up here or is it down there? That's the difference, I think. Love, lust, love, Hopefully that explains everything. Question number 2. Is this a pimple or a boil? See, this is a hard question because you didn't send me a picture or anything. I don't know what you're talking about here. So I'm just gonna have to guess, just based on situations I've seen on friends in the past, it's not a pimple or a boil. It's the third nipple. I know, it might have been a twin or something that, you know those crazy things where you get an extra finger or an extra eyeball that was part of a twin. Now I know I don't know where on your person it is, but these things. You could have a twin nipple on your kneecap for all I know. Science. Question number 3. This is an icky one. I try to keep this show high class, but I have to delve into the toilet just this once. How do I know if I'm done wiping? See, this raises a lot of questions about the individual who sent this in, and I think, unfortunately, sadly, I know what the problem is. They're afraid to look at the paper. I know what they're probably thinking. Once it's out of me, I don't have to deal with it anymore. Well, guess what? That is not how the world works. You know perfectly well what you gotta do. You just don't have the guts to do it. You gotta wipe, examine. Wipe, examine. Oh, a little less. We're getting there. Wipe, examine. Okay, making progress. See, now I feel like I should dig deeper into your psyche. Is there a tragic event in your life that makes you not want to look at the toilet paper? It was the school bully, wasn't it? Oh, that is so tragic. You were probably sitting there on your little potty when all of a sudden someone kicks the door open and goes, "I don't like you." Oh, you poor dear, how do you survive day to day? Your psychology bills must be through the roof. Well, maybe you're just janking my chain. Maybe this is a troll question. You're just wasting my time. Trixie does not have time for this crap. Literally. So you know what? I'm forgetting about you. I'm moving on to question number 4. Oh, I like this one. This one hits close to home. Dear Trixie, what if I can't fall asleep? See, I have a problem with that. I have trouble getting to sleep. Once or twice a week, I'll have a night that's kind of shaky. So I've come up with some solutions. Honestly, my quickest solution is just go on YouTube until you get tired out a little bit more. You know, pick a series like, I'm a big fan of like Angry Video Game Nerd that you need to catch up on. Just watch that for an hour or so and see if you maybe start to zonk out a little bit. You know, sort of let your mind drift away. That always works for me. Now, another thing I like to do if the YouTube doesn't work is go into another room where I have a little bit more space and just exercise. Tucker yourself out that way, you know, run laps around the room, do jumping jacks. Oh, it works every time for me. Now, if those methods don't work, there is one final, very strong method you can do to shut off your brain. Get you some Pink Floyd. Oh, I just love doing that. And I don't mean like commercial sellout hit single Pink Floyd, you know, another brick in the wall. I'm talking like terrible quality concert bootleg where they meander through a 20-minute rendition of Set the Controls for the Heart of the Sun Pink Floyd. Because all those like extended jams from the weird period always have like the same middle. The song kind of drifts away and Richard kind of tools around on the organ for like an hour and a half. It's hypnotic, it's dreamy, and it's very calming. Just make sure you wake up and turn that concert off before they start playing a saucer full of secrets, or you're gonna have some crazy ass dreams. Or if you don't like the early jam period, you can always just put on the Endless River. I mean, let's be honest, that album is the most boring friggin' thing in the universe. Oh, I have just learned so much today, and I hope you did too. I love advice questions. I hope I get more in the near future. So, if you want life-changing advice from Trixie, who is me, leave your advice question in the comments down below, and you people have a good day. Ooh, my ending face hurts this time. What does this one even look like? Oh, that ain't pretty.